Hello guys, this is from Mrs. Abby. Today I will be sharing how to take care of the Dieffenbachia plant, also known as a dumb cane plant. First, let me share a few facts about the Dieffenbachia. But before I do, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to like, comment, and share if you enjoyed this video. Now for some important facts about the Dieffenbachia dumb cane plant. Then I will share how I care for this plant. Fact number 1. It becomes an easy to care for plant once you learn the facts about it and then learn the care requirements. Fact number 2. There are many varieties of the Dieffenbachia. The type that I will be talking about today is the Dieffenbachia Amy. If it's not an Amy, let me know in the comment section. These two are very beautiful. Fact number 3. It can grow in any type humidity. Fact number 4. It can tolerate different types of potting mixtures, but it does well in a potting mixture that drains well and one with slow release fertilizer in it. It loves indirect sunlight but can tolerate medium to low light levels. However, the best light, I believe, is the medium indirect light. Never place it close to windows. Let me tell you what the indirect sunlight, meaning not direct sunlight, does for the Dieffenbachia plant. 1. It keeps the leaves from reverting to solid green. 2. It helps the plant make its own food. And 3. It dries the soil so it doesn't get root rot, fungus gnats, and soil bacteria. And 4. If you want the Dieffenbachia to grow fast, then the sunlight can help. Placing it in a low light area will slow the growth and sometimes even stunt the growth. Again, don't place close to a window. The sun can burn the leaves. The best sunlight is filtered sunlight. Fact number 6. The Dieffenbachia plant, or dumb cane plant, can grow to 5 feet if placed in the right direct location. That location will mostly be in a space that gets a lot of indirect sunlight throughout the day. Fact number 7. Practice safety while having this plant in your home. It is considered to be poisonous to humans and pets. So use gloves and eyewear protectors while handling this plant. Always wash hands after handling any plant, but please wash hands after this plant. Try not to touch any parts of your body or face after touching the Dieffenbachia plant. Keep this plant away from your kids and pets. After watering, pour out any water so your pets or kids cannot get to the water. You don't want your pets drinking the water. Fact number 8. Protect your furniture and floors from this plant by not placing it on uncovered tables and close to your sofas and chairs. Fact number 9. The Dieffenbachia will sweat, meaning it will transpire, if you give it a lot of water or if you water it too often. When it sweats, the leaves can drip liquids onto whatever is sitting on and on furniture too. So be watchful for them sweating. The sweating is called transpiration. Fact number 10. It can tolerate both low humidity level as well as high humidity level. Fact number 11. Be careful when touching the leaves and soil on the Dieffenbachia cane plant. Both can be toxic. Fact number 12. It can be propagated. Fact number 13. It can tolerate an inside temperature between 60 to 90 degrees. I keep my thermostat inside my home at 75 year-round, so all my indoor plants get the same temperature. Fact number 14. It can survive any pest problems, but I've never had any pest problems with any of my Dieffenbachias. Since I've given you a few Dieffenbachia facts, it's time to share my Dieffenbachia care tips with you. Care tip number 1. I water it only when the pot feels lightweight. After watering it, I like to lift it up to feel how heavy it is. Then from time to time, I lift the plant to see if it feels a lot lighter. If it still feels heavy, I don't water it. If it feels lighter, I go ahead and water it. This, I believe, is the best watering indicator for this type plant in a 10-inch pot. To water it, I place it in a saucer to catch the drain water. I water it until water starts to fill the saucer from all drainage holes. Again, make sure water is flowing from all the drainage holes to ensure the entire plant is getting water. Once I notice water in the saucers, I stop watering it. I then let it continue to drain after about 5 minutes or less. Then I set it in another saucer and let it continue to drain there. I make sure to pour the drain water away immediately so no one can get to the water. Remember, this plant is toxic, so be careful with the drain water. Because of the size of this plant, I pick it up, test the weight, so the next time it's ready to water, I know how heavy it feels. Take a look at the size of this pot. Now on the label that comes with the plant, it says to water it when the top soil gets dry. Well, with this plant sitting in such a large pot, 10-inch, the soil on the top can literally be dry, but yet the bottom of the pot, the soil can still be moist. So anytime that you have a plant that's in a large pot, then you can't use that indicator to let you know it's time to water your plant. The best thing to do for a plant that sits in a large pot like this one is to pick up the plant once you finish watering it. Get used to the weight of the plant. Then, from time to time, pick that plant up. If it still feels heavy, do not water it. If it's sort of lightweight and you pick it up and you see that it is light or is feeling a little lighter than what you know it was feeling when you first watered it, then go ahead and water it. That way you won't overwater your plant, whereas the soil is still moist at the bottom where the roots are. The roots can get root rot, and then you will have a weak looking plant that can literally die. So just be careful about watering any plant that's in a large pot like this one. Now if you have a small Dieffenbachia, which I do have some small ones, now you can check the topsoil, and if it's very dry, then it's probably okay to go on and water it. If it's in a 4-inch or a 6-inch pot, then you probably can go ahead and water it when the topsoil feels dry. If it's in an 8 or a 10 or a 12 or above, make sure that that soil in the bottom is dry too, or don't give it any water. Continue to let it drain until all water has stopped coming out of the drainage hose. Remember that if you gave it a lot of water, it will transpire and drip liquids from the leaves. So protect yourself, family, pets, floors, and furniture from the liquid. The liquid might be toxic. I then wash all parts of my body that come in contact with this plant, including my clothes. Being safe and keeping your family safe while handling plants should be a priority of yours. I have a video on how to keep your family safe while having plants inside your house. I will leave a link to that video in the description. When the leaves get dusty, I put on my gloves and protected eyewear before cleaning the leaves. I use a damp paper towel to clean each leaf. Then I throw the paper towel away so no one can get to it. To keep from having leaf problems such as yellow leaves, and brown tips, don't overwater it. Let the soil dry out to the bottom, but not too dry. Keep the plant away from air conditioning and heating vents. Don't place close to sunny or damp windows. Let all leaves, especially the lower, get some indirect sunlight. So don't place the Dieffenbachia in any location that restricts sunlight from getting to all parts of the leaves. Make sure the lower leaves are not sitting too far down in the nursery pot or decorative pot. Giving it too much fertilizer and fertilizing it too often can also cause leaf problems. I don't fertilize my Dieffenbachia. I remove some of the soil on top and replace with some new fresh potting mixture that already has fertilizer in it. On the screen right now are some good videos you can click and watch to help you learn more about your houseplants. So please subscribe, comment, like, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.